Meckanimal AlphaDestiny, and today I'm bringing you a part 2 interview with Mecanimal. For those who don't know, I've been following for years, and he's a guy that I highly recommend you all subscribe to. Real deal, natural muscle, being an overall badass athlete.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.
You used to love deadlifting. You don't want to deadlift anymore?
No, I got a deadlift bar coming in today
Uh,
actually, so that should be fun.
oh,
So I might
okay.
be using that, and the road to 600 will continue. And the squat, I think
Awesome.
500 would be a good goal. Because I
Uh-huh.
was lazy for many years, and I think it's time to change. But the thing is, my
Okay.
legs are 25 inches, so they're not small, and I can still
No,
pull
yeah.
in the 500s. It's just that by powerlifting
Mm-hmm.
standards, it's not what it should be. So
All right. And you do sumo or you do conventional?
I do both, but I think I'm gonna do conventional this time around.
Because my
So
sumo, I like the conventional. When you look at my sumo is stronger, because probably because my quads are strong as well. So I'm able to be more stable. And it's an ugly sumo, but I think it's like I got 545 like 4 months ago. That was what I built up to 545 on the sumo. So
oh,
I mean, I guess if I was to get 600, it'd probably be in the sumo rather than
well, you know what?
conventional.
It's still it's still
It'll still be a bull.
people can
It'll
talk
still be a
trash
bull.
all they want. It's legal
Yeah,
in
that thing is
powerlifting.
that shit is hard too. Yeah, it's still hard.
It's
Yeah,
still
they
hard,
can try to
man.
scratch all they want.
Yeah. Plus, it's
Yeah,
like you talk about balance. You're not a power lifter, so pulling 600
hmm
in any style is still impressive, especially
it's
when you can
still
do all this other
impressive.
stuff. You know,
Right.
and people don't know this. Actually, I want to talk about this real quick. You've been doing knees over toes movements for years.
Right.
I remember you had the
Right.
dreadlocks, and you were doing that
hmm
stuff. Um,
hmm
but now people are starting to figure out that yeah, that's actually fine. So
Right.
I find it interesting how you were ahead of the game
Thanks.
long
And,
time.
and I made a video about it just
Yeah,
to look for clouds, not to knock the guy up. But he seems to
he's a
be like
cool
a
guy. Yeah.
genuine nice guy. So somebody that I would get along with. But I just wanted my time too, man. Shit, the man's been like grinding for a long time. I need some shine. So
Yeah.
shit, nothing wrong making a video. I mean, just to get views. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of those stuff for a while, and it looks like he used that type of training to recover from injured knee. So I gotta give him even more props because that proves that those things work, those movements work because he had a messed up knee, which I never did, and he came out of messed up knee and was able to overcome everything just using something that's supposed to hurt your knee.
Yeah.
So that tells it all. Mine, I think my knee was weak to a certain extent. I was feeling cracking and popping here and there. That's the only thing close to discomfort I can allude to before I start training. My legs and single leg squat and the knee over toe movement, CC squats and stuff like that. And since then, obviously, it has gotten a lot stronger. And I never really feel any type of any lack of confidence in any position on the floor because I know that's how sturdy my tendons are, and
Yeah.
when I do anything. So it definitely works. I even use the CC squats to the extreme in my cycles, and I'm that may be one of not mistake, but maybe one of the thing that I may have uh, take away the progress because I tend to use certain movement out of preference rather than
Uh,
addressing my
exactly.
weaknesses
That's a trap.
because I wanted to try them and see how much I can push them even when I knew that it won't carry over too much. If anything, it could take away. If your knee gets sore, if your elbow gets sore, obviously your squat's gonna suffer because you need your quads too. So that may have affected, but I don't think it's too much. I was able to know how much I could push it, how much deficit I could use them. And after a
Exactly.
while, when I felt that my body had enough of them, and if I keep pushing, it's gonna get chronic, I just stop using them and I switch them with a different movement. Start using the belt squats and stuff like that. That could carry over much more to the squat.
That's
So
true.
I did have a good amount of combination, see how certain exercises work in the long term, and Yeah, so it's a wealth of experiment for me to help my clients with, and I'm very happy about it
Well,
that I went through that.
you have the experience on both ends, and it's cool that you're able to distinguish the carryover from a sissy squat versus a belt squat. So
Best
what I would
squad,
think
yeah.
in your case is that you probably have unlocked so much quad strength that it probably won't be a limiting factor for you for a very long time. I would
Yeah,
say, if
for a
anything,
long time.
it'll
Yeah.
be your spinal rectors and maybe your glutes and hamstrings.
I
And
think that's what I need to probably work on more, because I mean the difference between my low bar squat and my high bar is not that much, but
mm,
my low bar should be much more if I know how to actually use all the posterior chain muscle in a synergistic manner. I
yeah,
feel like that's what it is. I don't know how to use them because I don't think they're weak. I can good morning substantial amount of load. Even my Nordic curls, like I have pretty
you have the
strong
Nordics
Nordic
too.
Nordic
You're right.
curls, but for for hamstring to be able to do those, I would think I have pretty strong or decent hamstring
That's
strength,
true.
right?
So
So
maybe
I
it's
don't. So it's hard to wonder whether it's
yeah,
really the weakness of the posterior chain or just my nervous system not being able to
the scale
work
of
in
the movement
synergy.
too. It's weird, eh?
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
I mean,
Because my accessories are pretty impressive when it comes to the volume and the nature of the movement that I can handle. Even uh, the 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 not the reverse hyperextension, the back extension that the Olympic lifters use, where you have your feet perched up and
mm,
you lean forward. It's a back
yeah,
extension,
yeah,
but from the deficit, like a high deficit. I've done that and I build up like up to like 125 a set of 12s, and even holding for 20 seconds, right? Like with 125 or 125 pound, like where your lower back has to over compensate gravity. Your glutes have to be strong, your core, your lower back have to be strong to be able to maintain the weight, because otherwise you're gonna fall back. I don't know if you picture the movement that I'm talking
I know. I
about.
think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've built a good amount of volume, and for somebody to do that, even a lot of the elite power lifters would not be able to do this accessory to that level. But still, when it comes down to the movement,
Yeah.
I still fail to make it happen the way I'm supposed to. So it looks like
Nah.
something is missing in the chain that I need to figure. Once I maybe figure that out, everything is just gonna start as skyrocketing.
It's
Because I did the best of my ability what I could address. I probably need a third eye or fourth eye or fifth eye, but I have to rely on eyes that actually knows what's up,
yeah.
not just wannabe eyes who want to give you
You're able to do full on Nordic curls, but at the same
right.
time, you're not weak at your
Yeah.
deadlifts, and you have a
Hmm.
good squat too. So it's like, what is the missing link? Is it the glutes? Is it the lower back? Is it just the
Back,
skill
yeah.
itself? Like, what could it
Hmm.
be? And I guess
Yeah.
more time is the answer in this case. Because even
Yeah.
visually, it's kind of hard to spot what the problem
Right.
is.
What the problem is, you
Yeah.
see? It's just like I guess certain things you just have to keep training. That's what I know. That's what I
That's what it is.
figure.
Yeah.
I can't really look for excuses or any invisible reason. I just have to keep training the movement and keep training my system to be efficient at it. And yeah,
Yeah.
maybe when it clicks, it's gonna click, and then it's gonna unleash an avalanche of gains.
Exactly.
Who knows? So
Well,
we'll see.
I mean, you're definitely on the right path, and you're certainly much smarter now than you were
Then I
years
wear,
back. You've
yeah,
learned way more because
a lot more.
that's what you're trying to do. Always getting better, never regressing. So, with that, I'd like to ask you some more questions.
The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live.